Chris Lynton here from Tribefit, and today I'm going to talk to you about the two different and very unique types of marketing. And first and foremost, the two types of marketing that generally I see from people is one, it's called predictable marketing, and two, the one called hope marketing. And hope marketing is pretty much the bucket you don't want to fall in when you're trying to build your business. And by hope marketing, what I term hope marketing is, when people are on social media, whether they're liking comments, posting here, posting there, putting out a message, posting motivational pics, or just pretty much looking at what else everyone else is doing in the market and replicating and copying that. And by hope marketing, the reason why I term that hope marketing is there is no real reason, there is no real strategy or technique behind what they're doing. And people are generally just putting stuff out there, crossing their fingers and hoping that a client or someone might reach out, and the type of marketing that they're putting out there is actually going to give them a return for the time and the energy that they're invested in doing that. And hope marketing, like I said, is pretty much the bucket you don't want to fall into with your marketing, and that's because you don't really have any knowledge, you don't really have any know-how to what you're doing. You're just putting things out there, trying, crossing your fingers, and hoping that this time, unlike the tens of hundreds of other times that you've done the exact same thing, that this time, for some reason, it's going to go viral, some celebrity's going to pick up on it, and all of a sudden you're going to become a social media celebrity, and your business is just going to take a different turn for the better, and everything's going to be all right thereafter. The other type of marketing, and what I term predictable marketing, is where you're doing things for a reason, and you're doing things because you know that they're predictably going to have an outcome in regards to the type of content you put out there, the type of people you connect with, or the type of messaging you put out there. And you know that if you put out this post, or you put out this message, or you put out this advertising, you know that every single time it gets in front of X number of eyeballs, you get Y number of new clients. And that's what I mean by being predictable. Being predictable about getting a result, predictability around the result, and the consistency around the result, rather than putting things out, not knowing what's going to come back, and literally just trying to cross your fingers and hope that you'll get a return from it. And the two different types of marketing, one is actually, like I said, a strategic format that works, and you do it time in and time out, and it continually gets you result. That's obviously the ideal space to be, because you know that you have control over your growth of your business. If you need more clients, you put out a message, you put out a predictable marketing message, and you'll be able to get new clients. If you're full up, then you just obviously pull back on those messages that you're putting out there. Rather than in the other bucket, if you have no clients, or you're looking to get clients, and you're literally just spraying away, doing anything you can think of, things that you've done hundreds of times before that have not gotten you a result, but you're still just doing them, hoping and crossing your fingers that one day they'll work out and they'll get the result. And pretty much, we've all probably heard the term, the format of insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing day in and day out and expecting a different result. It's just like with your training. If you're doing a training format, a movement, a workout plan that's not getting you results, if you keep doing the same things, one day you're not going to just wake up and or your client's not going to wake up and have gotten a completely different result, even though they're doing the same things. You need to do a different thing to get a different result. And predictable marketing is where you want to be. And what I like to talk a lot about is irresistible marketing and resistible marketing. If you're putting out messages out there, whether it's through advertising, whether it's through posts, whether it's through emails or blogs or whatever you might be doing, and you're not getting people coming back to your message, it is because you're putting out what I term resistible marketing. Your client, your avatar, your audience can resist what you're putting out there. Irresistible marketing, on the other hand, is a message that you put out, and your audience, your avatar, can't help themselves but to come back and actually reach out and ask for you for some help and turn into a client or a lead thereafter. So what you want to do is get away from hope marketing, that type of marketing where literally you're just doing what you've done and you've always done and you've never really gotten a result with, but you're hoping that this time will be different, and move more towards your predictable marketing. How you do that is as you understand what works, you get an irresistible message, you understand the formats on how to put it out, and you know that, ideally getting proven templates for those formats. So you're not guessing, there's no more guesswork, and you're getting that predictability about the results you'll get back. If you're having issues with your marketing, and if you're putting out things day in and day out, you're spending time, you're spending energy putting together messages, and you're not quite getting the result, or you're not quite getting the return that you would ideally like to get, and you do fall into that bucket of crossing your fingers in that hope marketing format, then make sure you reach out, PM me, email me, reach out. I'll be more than happy to have a quick chat, give you a couple of pointers to help sharpen up your message, help sharpen up your techniques for putting those messages out there and turning them into an irresistible, predictable style of marketing. So when you put things out there, the energy that you put out, the time that you put out there, you're actually getting a return for your time and energy, so that as a result, you'll grow your business, get to where you want to be, and then you'll be able to get away from that confusing, stressful format of waking up in the morning and not knowing whether you're this day, for whatever reason, whether you're going to get clients or you're not going to get clients. As soon as you've got the predictability around it, your confidence soars, what you're doing will soar. You will have to spend less time because you'll know just by doing that one thing, you'll get the result that you need to, rather than having to do 10, 20 things. You've got no idea what's going to work and you're just doing it for doing's sake. So if that's you, and you do fall into that hope marketing bucket, and you have done things, the last day, the last week, the last month, and you've done them day in and day out, but haven't actually got a client, or haven't gotten a lead, or haven't got to where you want, then ideally what you want to do is move towards the predictable marketing format, get an irresistible message, and like I said, reach out. I'd be more than happy to have a chat and point you in the right direction for that.